Hello, how are you? Nepal. Anyway, good morning. My name is Linda Dube. I am 40 years old. And for a while now, I've been wanting to speak about my journey from alcoholism to recovered alcoholic. And I'm coming on 3 years. Now on the 22nd of February will be my third year. Recently, I celebrated 1,000 days free alcohol free, which made me extremely, extremely excited. And I hope that whoever is going through alcoholism, even if I help one person who wants to quit, or even just one person who realizes that they are actually an alcoholic and didn't know, it happens, then I've done the Lord's work. The Lord has been calling me to do this for a while. I have been ignoring the call out of fear of being judged, out of fear of sharing my story, but I'm going to start now. So I started drinking when my first drink was in high school. It was in high school. It was Smirnoff. I remember the Smirnoff vodka. And yeah, I liked it. Anyway, I grew up with an alcoholic mother. And I always, always, always promised myself that I would never touch alcohol because alcohol makes you abusive. Alcohol makes you nasty. Alcohol is just bad for you. My mom was an abusive alcoholic. She was abusive towards me, you know. However, that clearly that's not what happened. I remember growing up, you would always hear about how if there's alcoholism in your family or any sort of addiction in your family, the likelihood is that you're going to become that. And I always said, not me, never, never. Oh, I'll never say never because I became an alcoholic. I was a matric my first drink, but then I didn't drink again until I had matriculated. And then my first year of college, I drank a lot. I drank a lot, And alcohol never liked me. Never liked me. Alcohol was never polite. Alcohol was disrespectful to me, Shem. I had a hangover from youth, because people are always joking about how I never had a hangover until I turned 35. No, hangovers have always been, the aftermath of drinking. However, I didn't know that I was psychologically trying to cope with a relation, or rather a non-relationship that I had with my mother. And because of this, generational, I'm going to call it a generational curse because that's exactly what it is. I was at the grips of this generational curse, which is why I was drinking as much as I was like, I will never. Now, here I am, and I'm an alcoholic. Okay, cool. There's a year in which I didn't drink at all, So I thought, okay, I'm not an alcoholic, And I was smoking marijuana, smoking my cigarettes, but I wasn't drinking. Then I started drinking again, started working. So because to me, I'm not drinking on a daily basis, so I'm not an alcoholic because growing up, my mother was a daily drinker. And back then, I'm 40 years old, so you need to understand, back then, alcoholics were daily drinkers. Not realizing, as I did proper research, that no, if you're the type of person, even if you're drinking on a Friday and a Saturday, if you're the type of person who has to drink and be drunk, you are an alcoholic. It took a while for me to understand that, you know? Okay, anyway, I drank, I did a lot of stupid things because of my alcoholism, and stuff like that, which I'll share in other videos, embarrassing things that I did while drunk. That's going to be fun. But basically, what eventually brought me to stop drinking was in what year is it now? It's 2025, 2022. On the 22nd of February, I said, you need to stop drinking. So we all know the whole world went through a horrible, horrible time with the lockdown. People had lost their jobs. I was one of those people. I wasn't working. And then I went through a horrible breakup in 2021 where I drank, and I just quit smoking that year. But I was drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking. And I was so proud of myself and listen to this, I was proud of the fact that I was able to drink and not crave a cigarette. So I thought, Ahmos, this is okay. Then I had the breakup as an excuse to drink every single day. I mean, during the time I'd stopped, I'd been retrenched or I'd stopped working, I was drinking every single day. But that was okay. I'm bored. I'm living my life, that's fine. And then the breakup happened. I'm drinking every single day just to cope. I was gray. I was depressed. And then I remember this is what I wanted to quit. And I would always speak to God and I'd be like, please, ngiyacela, Baba, ngiyacela, like, help me. I'm an alcoholic and I want to stop drinking. But what eventually brought me to stop was that night. The night I was like, yeah, this is it, girl. Like, you have reached rock bottom. So I'm broke, obviously. So I can't buy like utshwala expensive. I'm buying the boxed wine. And this was dry red wine. I'd taken it out, I took the sack out and I put it in the fridge because I have to have my liquor cold, I have to. Being pools. This was the 5 liters. And then in that night, I remember I went to the toilet to puke. And I puked and I just puked it out. And then I came back and I went back into the fridge and I sucked out the last bits of what was left of that. And that's when I fell. I can't remember if I fell or if I just sat down. And I said, you have reached rock bottom. You are an alcoholic. This is disgusting. What are you doing? Anyway, sorry, I'm working. Anyway, that was, I think, the 21st of February. I started to pray. In my drunken state, I started praying and saying, I can't be like this. Look at me. I am angnamali, but ngithengile utshwala. But I've come back to try and suck out the last bit of liquor that's left. I'm in trouble. Please help me. I don't know if this was the most sincere prayer I had ever prayed to God about my alcoholism, but he said, okay, I got you. Okay, sharp. Downloaded this app, and I started my journey. Sharp. The app is not going to help you stay sober. Now, because, and this is why I say to you, this is a generational curse. Now that alcoholism, that demon of alcoholism now is on some, why is this person sober 2 days in a row? When's in Jan? Next thing I'm craving. Because I said to myself, if I can reach 7 days, I'm okay. So after 2 days, I'm craving utshwala. I would fight and say, you see now, God, you see, what is this? Why am I craving alcohol? Why am I craved? Why do I have a problem with being sober? And I was at war. I wasn't praying, I was fighting. And then God was hearing this. Remove the craving. And remember I said, if I can reach day 7, I'll be okay. Day 7 comes, oh, the craving. Whoa, the craving. I fight again. Why is this back? Why is this craving back? You're supposed to help me. Help me, Lord. Takes the craving away. That continued on for, I think it was 30 days. When I reached 30 days, now I've reached a milestone. I'm proud of myself. Okay, cool. Still, that craving, it comes. I was at war. I was fighting. I was like, you can't let this happen. You can't let this be me. Oh, like, I've reached 30 days. Why is this happening? And the Lord would take the craving away. So that's how I actually stopped. That was the 22nd of February, 2022. And I will come back because I'm at work. So I will come back with another tale of how I continued. And I'll also explain all the great things that started happening to my body and why I stayed sober. But yeah, if you are in a situation where you are an alcoholic or you don't know if you're an alcoholic, I'll tell you this. If you have to drink, even if you're drinking on the weekend only, if you have to drink and you have to be drunk, not tipsy and having a good time, drunk, you're an alcoholic. If you are waking up the next day after buphuzile the whole night, and the first thing you take to your mouth is liquor, you are an alcoholic. You don't have to be a daily drinker to be an alcoholic. Yes, a daily drinker is an alcoholic, but that's not the only thing that defines what alcoholism is. Please just pray. Pray. Jesus wants to freaking help you. He wants to remove that alcoholism from you. But you have to fight. You need to fight. It's a constant fight. I mean, I still dream of drinking. Even though right now, I don't want alcohol at all. The smell of alcohol puts me off. That's another thing I'm going to explain to you guys in another video. But the smell of alcohol puts me off. You still have to, you need to call on Jesus. It's a constant fight. It's a constant war. It's a battle, But daily drinkers are not the only people who are alcoholics. Yes, a daily drinker is an alcoholic. If you're getting drunk every day, you're an alcoholic. Furthermore, if you are drunk every single weekend, you're an alcoholic. You're an alcoholic. But yeah, I hope whoever, just that one person that it needs to reach, it reaches, And yeah, that's my story so far.